okay. It's okay.
Hello. Goodbye.
The hardest thing to do is when you get here to slow her down long enough to film an intro, because once we hit the creek, she's ready to go. So we're back at the creek where we found Stumpy. Well, we're up a little bit from that spot, but basically the same creek.
It's big leaves.
Look what we got with us.
Yeah, we got
a little tick magnet. Here goes the puppy. And we're thinking her name's gonna be Maisie, but still not 100% sure. But we're gonna go back, probably work our way back down towards where we found Stumpy, but we're gonna flip over some logs and some rocks and see what we can find.
We're already finding stuff.
You know what those are from?
The tree.
Yeah, what kind of tree?
I don't know what kind.
Bring it over and show the camera. They're seed pods from magnolia trees.
I knew. Little tiny mushrooms! Look at them! Little tiny mushrooms.
Let me see one of those. When we were little kids, we had one of these in our neighborhood. And we'd take them and we'd use them like, pretend like they were hand grenades. And this was the pin. You'd break up the pin and throw it. we tried, I've ever tried to
do it. That sounds about right, hitting roofs.
Yeah, throw them at the neighbor's cats and thought, no, we weren't. But yeah, but I remember trying to just tear off a little bit. But look, so first you get one pull, but then I learned you just break off a little bit and you get a few pulls from it. So like that brings back memories. Here you go, babe.
Hold that one up, Marley. Let's see that leaf.
That might be off the pawpaw tree. Smell it. Is it stinky?
There's stinky ones in our house.
I don't think that's what it is.
There's baby ones in our house. There's something actually right here. What's this? Magnolia tree seed pod.
Are you ready to go look for some snakes and flip some logs and rocks? Oh. They look like what? Molly miniatures? Morel mushrooms? Well, let's go catch up with Daddy.
Yeah, good. Let's go put him back because he's not out of water for a minute.
Yeah.
What are you putting back?
That's just a little tadpole. He came up in the scoop with this guy. I don't know which one of them was the one I spotted. I just seen something that looked kind of weird down in the water, and I scooped.
Was it long?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I thought it was a snake. It might have been his tail, and just dipped right in the leaves. There's a bunch of leaves in the water right along the bank and kind of muddy, and pulled it up, looked in it, and it was this little guy.
I want to catch some.
You want to catch some? We'll go. Where there's one, there's usually tons of them. Sometimes the four-wheel trails around here, like the mud puddles that the tire tracks create, there'll be, I mean, gobs of them. Usually in the springs when we see them. Yeah, let's see him. We want to see him though. He's fine. Trust me. He's in that water. He's not worried about being your hands warm enough. What's the name of it?
Red spotted salamander.
Red spotted newt. Which I guess a newt's a type of salamander. Isn't that a salamander newt's the same thing. Newt lives mostly terrestrial, which is funny. These are the adults. They're called red spotted salamanders. These are the ones, the red spotted newts. These are the ones that you find in the water, but the juveniles are called red efts, and they are found on ground, and they're
Imagine how many are just sitting
Oh, there
right
could be
there. Looking
dozens of them.
Yeah.
And they're the ones you find. They're bright red, and they're the ones when they're
Yeah.
spotted along the same kind of the same way.
They're
They're the ones you
beautiful.
find mostly on the ground,
They're beautiful.
like under logs and stuff. But yeah, in the springtime, I mean, you find them all year. It just seems like for some reason spring's when we see most of them. I don't know why that is. Maybe just because where we go in the springtime, there's a lot of them. But
Yep.
good little find.
Yeah. And look how cute.
If we see some more, we'll get video of them swimming around if we can.
Yeah.
And they're so cute. And they're very poisonous too. You know, a lot of people talk about trying to use these as bass bait, and the bass and the fish around here will not hit them because they know they're poisonous. And I guess you know,
What makes
Is
them
there a poisonous
poisonous?
type of frog?
they're when you ingest them, it's poisonous. I don't know. I mean, you know, it's just it might be from what they eat.
Poisonous
I
is
don't
when
really
you
know.
eat it, and venomous is when it injects.
Yeah, but a lot of animals that become poisonous get the toxins from something they eat. So I'm not sure how these guys get their toxins, but yeah, they're horrible
It's like
fish.
that
but they don't
lizard
smell.
that the blood comes out of its eyes. Like I say, it's venomous or poisonous blood.
He's getting a little dry, so we'll go and get him back in. We'll see if we can catch some more.
Sounds good.
If you do,
Look at his little, it almost looks like a little dewlap on him. See if you can get that when he breathes. Do you see it? Come on. You got. I know. I'm having a hard time getting at the right angle. Let's see if I can just kind of get into where. You see it?
No, I'm not even. Oh, yeah.
you see
Hold
it
on. Let him
popping
do it
out?
again now that I'm focused. Oh, my goodness. Like an anole.
Like yeah, every now and then he'll just pop it out. Yeah, like a little anole.
Like he's
do that.
scared. Oh, did you see that, Marley? He has like a dewlap, like an anole.
I already caught
You
some.
want video up close? Get
I already caught a little guy.
another newt. Oh, another tadpole. There you go, buddy. We'll let you go in at your own pace. And that water is cold.
Why'd you let the puppy go?
There he goes. It's like a little baby crocodile. So, look right here, look right here, look right here, coming up for air.
Another one.
Yep. You might not be able to see him, but in the camera.
Gosh, he looks the same color as the leaves, doesn't he?
Yep.
What'd you get?
Another little bit.
Let's show everybody what you got.
He wants to run away.
I don't care. He can flop back in the water, but we just want to show everybody before he goes back in the water. Okay, you can go back in. Ta-da!
Oh, he just want to run around. I'm sorry,
What's the matter?
it's hard to run up a hill.
Why are we up this hill for? Well, okay. Cough it up.
To flip log is up there in the lounge.
Yeah.
And here you find some white spotted slimy salamanders.
Hopefully, huh?
Yeah. You might find some of those big beetles or snakes under it. So let's go look.
I'll just follow you. Be careful for snakes. Good thing is it's a little chilly, so ideally they'll be a little sluggish, but we're not gambling when it comes to snakes. My dad got bit by a copperhead about 10 years ago, give or take, and it was not pretty. He nearly lost his finger. He survived, but
Spider web.
we found a salamander. What we think it's either, you know, they're either white spotted slimy salamanders or northern slimy salamanders. I don't really.
He's a fast jumper.
We're gonna have to research this and find out exactly what these are. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa! Grace, he's calm. He is so active.
Oh, it's because it's very warm today.
Yeah, it is.
She's
What about
digging.
you? Are you finding
She's
anything
digging.
over there?
She's digging.
He's onto something. But
There's a
show,
set. I'm gonna make sure there's a centipede down there. I found a centipede down there.
okay, you found a centipede. So okay, we'll just take some. Look at this, and we'll return it to its home.
Oh, girly girl, be careful.
See, I think let's check. Let's get like a little overview of its entire body. If anybody knows what that is exactly. I believe I can fly. Oh my gosh! Did you see that?
He jumped.
It's a lunatic.
He did like a body flip. Gainer.
Yeah, like I'm outie. Okay, so we're gonna turn this thing loose. So.
I'm out. I'm out.
There we go.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Deuces.
Dig him a little hole.
Let's I wanna do it like we hold this while I put the
There's
rock
already
back.
a hole here. Perfect.
Yeah, it'll definitely find a good spot. Okay.
Move a prop.
Yeah.
Want me to let it go?
No, I'm gonna put this rock back where it was. And you set it beside it.
This is one of those weird things that we found at church, a piece of it.
All right. Let's keep going. There's a bunch of rocks right here, so there could be a ton of these. Well, while they're taking a little breather, we're way up on this hill. You probably have no perception how far down it is, but they're taking a break, so I decided to walk around and flip some rocks. And look at the size of that guy. He was right under that rock. And he had a little friend with him. I don't know if I can... Yeah, I don't know if I'll do it. I found a salamander. Well, here she comes. I didn't figure she was needing a break.
That was cool. He's so fat.
He's a big one, isn't he? Can I hold him?
Oh.
Oh, careful. Got him.
He's trying to trade you.
Oh, well, are you wanting to keep that? Looks like a husk off a buckeye. I don't think that's what that is. I don't know what it is. But anyways, he had a little millipede friend with him. Oh, there it is.
Where'd it go? Oh, those are one of the poisonous ones, just like millipedes.
Yeah.
Can I take the sweater off?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no, buddy.
You know what? You just want to let him go?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to let him go. So, all right, well, there's another number 2.
Take my vest off and then take my sweater off.
Okay, we're going to keep looking. We'll see you in a minute.
Me and Andrew are up there somewhere in the woods. They found another salamander, and they're still flipping logs. If you look kind of in the middle, you can see Andrew's sweatshirt. And there's Marley's arm moving. And I'm stuck down here because we have a lazy one. She's had him up for today. And we've still got to walk the rest of the way down the mountain to the truck. Beautiful fall leaves. The sun finally came out. It's been raining the last 24 hours. Goodness, almost 36 hours. And I'd guess we're probably a good 700-800 feet up in the woods in elevation. But maybe we'll get a better picture of the leaves once we get down.
Well, put the moss back whenever you pick that piece up. Okay. Nah, we got plenty. Because if everybody took a piece of moss, there'd eventually be none. I wouldn't risk it.
It worked.
And what'd she do? She risks it.
Look at these little tiny mushrooms. They're so cute. Look at them. They're so fat and cute. I think these two are the same type and this might be a different type or the opposite.
Sometimes they change appearance as their
Yeah.
hoods open up.
It's like, you know those white ones they grow normally, but then they have that fan kind of ring under them?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, the ring underneath them where the bell, what do they call that, a bell? Where the hood opens up and it's left on the stem. That's how you identify certain types of mushrooms, because some have the ring and some don't. And some of them have an attached ring, and some of them have a ring that you can slide it up and down.
It's cool.
So.
It's fun to slide them up and down, but it kind of will. Does it hurt the mushroom when they do that?
I don't think so. At that point, the veil's already open. All they're wanting to do is drop their spores.
Yep. All they want to do is grow the babies.
Yep.
Not really babies, just gonna grow more mushrooms.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lift this one. Oh. He already lifted himself. Yeah, none under there.
Well, let's keep looking.
Look how cute he is.
Yeah, we were just talking about mushrooms, and from where we were standing, we looked up the hill, over the hill, and see something white.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, and we figured we'll talk a little bit. You know, what little bit we know about mushrooms. You know, there's basic ways you can kind of narrow down type of mushroom, like, and that's by what's under the cap. And these are what you call gills. So
Yep.
it's a gill type. And
There's
that's the way
gills, or I think holes or
tubes.
yeah.
And then there's ridges.
I'm gonna open this up.
And the
so you can see
ridges
them.
are kind of like gills, except they're not as uniform,
Yeah.
and they're not as raised and pronounced. They kind of, and a lot of them
They
too.
kind of just like sit there.
Yeah, they're just
awkwardly.
what you picture, like a raised ridge versus, you know, this is what you might picture.
Yeah, they
trying
kind
to
of
get
just
focus,
sit
I'm sorry
there
about
and kind of.
Yeah,
They
and
kind of just awkwardly sit there.
yeah, and sometimes like on chanterelles, they have ridges. Can't get the focus.
And morels.
And the ridges actually run down the stem. Some will go all the way down, some will end here. Some of them they split off, and that's a big difference between ridges and gills. Is the ridges will split off, and then
Yeah, you can see all of them.
yeah, and then a lot of boletes they'll have.
There's only 4 though, but they're
They'll
so
have
pretty.
what are they called when boletes? Are they pores? They're basically like
Yeah,
holes.
pores.
Yeah, in the bottom of them. And that's how they drop their spores. And then a lot of times on mushrooms, the way you identify them too is by taking a spore print, and you'll set this. You'll take the cap off and set it gill side or ridge side down.
And if you're ever picking chanterelles or like morels or anything like that, you never want to pick the root, because then a new one will grow back if you don't.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Yeah, but if you do pick the root,
You don't
it'll
want to
never
damage.
grow back.
What's it called underneath the ground on a mushroom?
I can't remember. Mycelium?
Yep, that's the actual plant itself. And you think of the mushroom as like the fruit on a tree. So if you ever pick them, you know, a lot of people, they'll take a knife and they'll cut them off at the base so they don't damage the roots. I'm not sure how much I believe that it damaged or it like affects
Well, if you
them.
do pull
But I'd
out
rather,
the roots, they'll never grow back.
well, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So I always cut them off at the base when we hunt them.
Yeah.
But I was talking about spore prints a second ago. What you'll do is you'll
Sometimes
take the
I'll
cap.
just use my fingers and like hold the cap. I'll do this.
Yeah.
I kind of cut them off right at the base with my fingers.
What you do when you take a spore print is you take the cap and you set on, like if you're expecting it to have a white spore print, you'll set it on a dark piece of paper. If you're expecting to have a dark spore print, you'll set it on a light piece of paper and leave it overnight. And then you lift it and you can actually see like the outline, like the pattern of the gills, and it'll be like a dust on the powder or on the paper. And that's how you can identify them. They'll have different color spore prints. And let's see if this one does it. They'll bruise certain collars. And sometimes it doesn't look like this one's bruising at all. I call it a bruise. It's probably not exactly a bruise. But some of them will almost instantly like turn purple, or you know, they turn different colors when you touch them.
If they're a super light color other than like white, they're most likely poisonous.
I don't know if that's true, because, well, what do you mean? What now?
If like they're purple or red or pink,
Oh,
then
yeah.
they're mostly poisonous.
That might be true. I'm not really sure about that. But don't ever just have, there's no real general rule of thumb for mushrooms, except I think the only one I've ever heard of is don't eat what's called LBMs, little brown mushrooms, because there's too many of them and it's not worth the risk. Too tough to identify them. So, but the main rule of mushrooms is if you don't know it and you're not 100% sure,
Don't eat it.
throw it out.
Yeah.
Don't pick it, leave it there.
Yes.
So,
Also, you want it to grow more and make sure it has like its own little.
sorry about the focus. I'm struggling here. There we go.
Yeah. They're so fat.
There you go, little fall mushroom here in West
A
Virginia.
stick just went up my nose.
You okay? All right,
Yeah.
we'll see in a minute. Yep, found another one right at the hill. So if somebody was out hunting these types of mushrooms, they'd be really happy. Look over about a foot to the left, foot past it. Oh, no, yep, you see it? Yep,
I'm just gonna uncover him
just a little bit, yeah.
He's a little.
Actually, when you walk away, toss the leaves back on top of them too before we go.
He's a little.
That's good, that's good. We don't want to uncover them too much because, like I said, the leaves will hold in the moisture, so.
I'm gonna keep that one there. That one.
Yeah, just leave the leaf there for him, so. Well, little surprise, couple mushrooms. Maybe, and you know, when we get lucky and find some mushrooms, we'll maybe do some mushroom videos. Maybe some. I'm not, and by no means also take any of this advice as the gospel of mushrooms. We know how to identify a few. Morels are almost foolproof. Field mushrooms, what I've heard them called. I'm familiar with identifying those, and also chanterelles. So maybe one day if we find some mushrooms, we'll do a mushroom video.
Yep.
Sound good? You'd like that, wouldn't you, Marley?
Yeah.
Yeah. Marley said we found the mushroom gold mine. She said they're chanterelles. They're not chanterelles though, but they're the same color as chanterelles. You know, there's certain mushrooms that are that color that glow in the dark. What are these? Are they called sulfur something? Anybody know?
They're beautiful. Comment down below if you know.
Yeah, comment down below if you know what they are, because we would love to know. No, they're not chanterelles.
They're beautiful though.
Were they false ones?
No, I think they're called sulfur something, but I'm probably way wrong. I don't know. I'm not even gonna.
Imagine they were chanterelles.
We got video of them. Obviously, we're
Look
recording
up
now.
giant chanterelles just in case. Look up giant chanterelles.
Okay.
Feel it.
I'm videoing.
I'm gonna get them a couple more leaves since they're
Look at
so
these
big
things.
to keep the moisture in.
No, you don't have to do that, baby. They're fine. I think they're good where they're growing. The best, I mean, it might help them, but the best thing to do is leave them the way they are.
Put one more leaf.
Okay. Look at them though.
There we go.
What are they?
They're beautiful.
We'll get some pictures of them too. But how
Come
cool!
on.
Look how huge they are.
Come on.
Look, they got little drops of water underneath them. How
That's what I'm
pretty.
looking for.
You
Dad,
can look underneath. They've got pores underneath them. Cool.
come on.
Well, been a mushroomy day so far. Hey everybody, this is Marley's dad.
Hey everybody, this is Marley.
And we sort of forgot to film an outro for the video today, so we were also just so tired leaving the woods. So to make it up to you, we decided to leave you with this video of this sleeping puppy. We know there's certain parts of the video that were sort of silly, and you know, we kind of messed up on things here and there, and you know, did a lot of things the hard way, but we are planning on making more videos. We had a lot of fun making the videos, and hopefully, you know, you all, if y'all are interested in seeing more of us, just subscribe to us, and
Don't forget to like that smash button.
yep, thank you, and hopefully see you on the next one.
Yeah.